Hi everyone, it's Darla at Scrap Happens here with Tuesday's tip. Today I want to share a fun technique that you can use to make fun backgrounds on your cards and scrapbook pages. It's kind of like making your own designer paper. I have been challenged to do this. Well, my team has been challenged. The team I belong to has been challenged to do this as part of their March monthly challenge. And I, of course, have waited to the last minute, so I'm finishing it big with a video too, because it's a really fun technique. It's an old technique, but I think those old techniques get forgotten, so we need to keep them alive because they're really fun and add a lot of character to your projects. So let me show you what I used. I'm using Stampin' Up! Magenta Madness ink. I'm using the In Bloom stamp set. And for this card, I also used the Pierced Blooms dies that go with the In Bloom stamp set. I also used the In Color ribbon, which is retiring. And let's see. Oh, I used the Artistry Blooms sequins. Let me see. Oh. The color is not Magenta Madness. It's actually, I think, Rich Razzleberry. Is that what it is? Yes, Rich Razzleberry. But I think it blends really well with the Magenta Madness on this card anyway. The sequins are really fun. I love them. So I also put a little bumblebee flower on the card, and I added some linen thread just for an added pop. And if you know me, I use linen thread on everything because I love linen thread. I buy it by the dozen. Anyway, let me get on to the technique of the Stampin' Off. So for that, I'm going to open my Magenta Madness ink. And I have a pre-cut piece of 3 3/4 by 5 piece of the basic white cardstock. And I picked a color from the stamp set. Now I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to just stamp a flower. And then without inking it or without cleaning it, I'm going to stamp another flower. Now, look at here. I didn't get all that ink off. So what I'll probably do is turn this around and maybe put my ribbon across there so it doesn't show. Let's see. Let's keep going. Ink it up. You can see the stripes in there where the ink is not coming off, which I don't know why it's doing that. It did that on my last card too. But this image is perfect. So I'm just going to turn it around because I don't want the whole flower on there anyway. And I'm going to stamp it off like that. Got another whole one. And stamp it off. It's really just your preference where you put them. But sometimes it's really hard to decide. And here again. Gonna stamp it. Oh, I got another one of those stripes. So I'm definitely gonna add my ribbon here, and then my linen thread and my sentiment, and that won't show at all. Stamp it off, and then ink it up one more time, just for balance, and not up in the corner. So isn't that pretty? I also, let's see, I used the, let's see, it's this stamp set for the center, or it's not stamp set, it's this part of the stamp, all the little dots, to add a center into my stamped off images. And so that's another thing I could do, is I could just add some dots around on the page. to take away from that. There's always a way to fix it. I have a friend who comes to my class and she says, it's whimsical. They're not mistakes, it's whimsy. There you go. So that's kind of fun too, and it hides a little bit of my mistake. But again, I'm going to add ribbon. I'll show the finished card along with this one. I might do something a little different on this, but it'll be on my blog this afternoon at Scrap Happens Here with Darla.com. You can follow me there for lots of ideas and lots of inspiration, I hope. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you liked what you saw, and if you did, hit subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Have a great day. I hope you try this technique, and I will see you next week with Tuesday's tip, next Tuesday. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.